So I had someone ask me about hot stamping on Louis Vuitton items. And as you know, I recently had my friend buy this bag for me in Paris, which is the Louis Vuitton Never Full, the size. And I did end up getting it hot stamped on this part of the handle right there. And I also had this wallet, the Sarah wallet, and that's the Sarah wallet in the Amarant Vernis color. Well, Vernis leather in the Amarant color. So I did also have this one hot stamped with my initials, and this one actually has the 3 initials and the dots in between. So the deal is that Louis Vuitton will hot stamp basically any obviously authentic Louis Vuitton item that can be hot stamped. Not all Louis Vuitton items can be hot stamped. So anything like a Never Full, like on the handles right here, and wallets, and the key holders, and Speedies, the handles, same place, like right here. The luggage tags can be hand stamped, and they tell you that like the Almas, like this one on the bell crochet right here, can't be hot stamped. But I have seen some people actually with their initials on the bell crochet, so I don't know, I guess it depends on what store you go to, or I don't know what the deal is with that. And I don't know, I have never seen anyone with their hot stamp on the Alma right here. So I've heard that that cannot be done, but I don't know. Anyway, the service, the hot stamping, is absolutely free, and doesn't matter if you've had your bag for a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever the case may be. It doesn't matter. You can just take it in and they'll hot stamp it for you. There's no time limit or anything like that. Like I said, it's absolutely free, but just be mindful. If you look on the Louis Vuitton website at the locations, the stores may say that they do hot stamping, which all of them, well, not all of them, but the stores that say that they have that service, the hot stamping service, may not be able to hot stamp all items. So I live in Los Angeles, and I found out that the Century City store, which does do hot stamping, but they only hot stamp certain items. So they only hot stamp key holders, wallets, and luggage tags, I think. But they do not hot stamp any bags, because they said that they don't have the machine that hot stamps bags. So I had to end up going to the Rodeo Drive store, which does hot stamp all items, and that store is more of a, you know, it's a larger store, and it's a busier store, and it's, you know, a big tourist area, so they have the machines to do that. And actually, a lot of times it would be a good idea if you called first, just to make sure, because at some locations only one person may be doing the hot stamping, and that person may not be there that day. So you may have to leave the item and come back in a few days after that person has been there and hot stamped it. So I've heard some people have to leave it maybe, you know, 2 or 3 days, or maybe a week, and you have to come back and pick it up. It just depends on, you know, if that person is there, or whatever. However, I went to the Rodeo Drive store, like I said, which is a busier store, and they actually have 2 people that do the hot stamping there. So that store is a pretty good bet that you'll be able to always, you know, get hot stamping done. And it can take anywhere, it just depends on how busy it is. So when I was there, they told me it would take 30 minutes. It can usually take about 30 minutes to an hour, but like I said, it depends on how busy they are. So I just, walked around, got something to eat, did a little window shopping and stuff like that, and I came back and my bag was done, and, and my wallet. The other thing about hot stamping is they have different sizes of the letters you can get, and they also have different colors you can get. So, for instance, like on this wallet, you can actually get the hot stamping done in different places. So I opted for this corner up here on the top, but I've also seen it done in some wallets like in the middle or on the other corner. And you can basically get like your 3 initials. And so these are my 3 initials. And just if you're wondering why I don't have an L for my first initial instead of the O, it's because the O is actually my legal official name that's on my driver's licenses and my passport and my professional licenses and stuff like that. So I opted just to get, that name instead of the L for Lisa, and it was a hard decision, but anyway, it matches all the stuff, my credit cards and my license and everything that's inside of my wallet, so that's why I decided to go with that. But anyway, so as you see, I opted to get the 3 initials, and this is the medium size. So they have different sizes. You can get like small, medium, and large. And in this wallet, I opted to get, as you can see, the 2 dots between the first and the second and the last initials. So you can either get it with or without, and kind of I wish that I would have gotten it without, because this last dot missing is kind of bothering me a little bit, because it just seems kind of unfinished. But anyway, that's just the way that they do it. Like maybe if it would have been more up here in the middle on the top instead of at the bottom, it wouldn't look so unfinished to me. But anyway, that's the other thing about hot stamping, is basically that it's permanent. You can't change it after you do it. So you really need to be sure of what you want, how you want the letters, where you want them, because they can't go back and undo them basically. So you need to make sure that you really want to get it hot stamped. Like a lot of people like to sell their bags or whatever, and you obviously that's something you have to be aware of. And for instance, like on this Neverfull, how I have it stamped here, I have seen people with their initials vertically, like mine are horizontally, or horizontal rather, and they told me I could only get 2 initials, or maybe I could have gotten like 1 initial, like my last name, in the bigger letters. So I opted for this medium size and just these 2. But I have seen some people that have 3, that going vertical, like their first, middle, and last initial going vertically. So, or maybe if you get smaller letters or something like that. So it just depends. And they also told me that they can only hot stamp on the front of the bag. So I guess this with the pocket is considered the back of the bag, and this is considered the front of the bag. So they'll go over it in detail, exactly what you want. They'll ask you if you want your initials on this handle or this handle right here. You need to specify which one you want. They'll ask you what size letters you want, how you want the letters, which initials you want, what color you want, etc., etc. So they're usually very thorough in that, because like I said, you can't change it. And they do have different colors like red, green, or gold, so I opted for gold. So one last thing is that like I said, you really have to make sure that you want your bag or whatever item it is hot stamped, because it's not exactly removable. However, on the Never Full bags and the Speedies, the handles are replaceable. So, you know, that is an option. Like, say you wanted to give the bag to your mom or your sister and you have different initials, you can get the handles replaced, and, you know, so that is possible. And another thing is, when I went in to get my item hot stamped, I just had, you know, obviously just had my wallet, and I had to take all the stuff out for them to hot stamp it. So they gave me a bag just to put my stuff in to walk around with, and they usually will never let you walk out of the store just with the item by itself. So obviously I didn't bring my dust bag because I was just carrying it in my purse. And they gave me an extra dust bag just so I can put my wallet in there, which was really nice. So now I actually have an extra dust bag, which I thought was cool. So that's a nice little thing that they did. And I guess that's it. So that's the deal with hot stamping. If you guys have any questions, just feel free to ask me. The reason I didn't get it hot stamped in Paris where my friend got it is because I didn't want to make her go through all those problems. And like I said, it was purchased in Paris, but I was able to get it hot stamped out here in LA because they'll hot stamp an item no matter what time frame it's been. So that's it. Anyway, like I said, if you have any questions, leave them down below. Hope you guys are having a great day.